Hello and welcome back. I'm Mar208 and you're watching episode 12 of my playthrough of the SHADOWCRAFT pack. So between last episode and this one, I went ahead and I upgraded my blood magic altar. So before I just had a regular little altar, I have actually upgraded it to a tier 3 altar so far. The main thing that this does, well actually, tell you what, let me just go ahead and show you what this does. If I break this block right here, I need to be in the, yeah, right there. So if I go ahead and I take the divination sigil, it should say it's a tier 1 altar, good. If I right click, I just lost a heart and I gained 200 LP. So that's what you get, basic standard stuff. Let's go ahead and put this room back in. So as soon as I put this room back in, all this other stuff should be counted. So I have 6 of these runes of self-sacrifice. Because of that, I'm going to get a little bit extra back whenever I use my dagger. First though, we're going to drain that out. Alright, so this shows tier 3, that's good. And there's currently nothing in it since I drained it into my apprentice blood orb. So if I go ahead and give it a right click, it has 320, so it's a good amount extra. It's 120 extra LP. And I'm planning on getting some more of these, because really these things really help out, not having to heal up as much. Because I am developing an affinity right now for nature and healing magics, which could bite me in the butt later. Yeah, it's getting pretty strong. Oh, hey, I got a green skill point. Oh, that's good. Green skill point, green skill point. Oh, I can get area of effect. Oh, okay, yeah, we're getting that. Okay, this also means then that I'm going to be making a better dig spell. Alright, that's awesome. And see, damage beams, yeah. No, that's good. I think there's one for range, but that is way further out. It might be under the utility. Because it should be a diamond shaped. Yeah, right, there we go. Yeah, it's way over there. So anyway, I tell you what, actually, I just need a feather. Let's go ahead and make a better dig spell. I wish that was stacked. That was possibly stupid. Alright, so what we want to do is you want to go to projectile. Where's dig? Dig. Area of effect? No, projectile, area of effect, dig. Yeah, that sounds right. Dig. There you go. Alright, and since I know I could make this spell better, I'm just going to call this excavate. That's the wrong box, actually, so let's try this again. We'll come down here and make it lesser. Excavate. And add a book. I'm not spelling that wrong, am I? No, that looks right. Okay, so we'll go ahead and finalize. Let's see what we need for this. Blank room, Vintium, arrow. Oh. Moonstone, arrow, essence light. TNT, orange rune, iron shovel, iron pick, spell parchment. That's not too terrible, actually. I'm not going to do that on camera, though, since we just recently did one. I'll go ahead and make this up, and I'll show you all what I can do a little bit later, though. So what I really wanted to do today is I wanted to go ahead and start laying the framework for the factory for art processing. I'm thinking that I want to go ahead and actually... I'm actually kind of torn. I'm thinking I want to go ahead and put it over here. Failing that, I'm thinking that it would be maybe a good idea to just clear further back behind my shack here. But there's really no, because I mean there's a lot of flat land here. It'd probably be easier to build over here than it would be on that side. But I would like to actually, have a path leading to the building. So either way, I've got some terraforming ahead of me. So I could just bring a path over, like say through here, move my cobble gen. but I would have to break this dirt down because it would look really odd just having a path cut through here. I could also move over here by the tree farm and either, like I said, build over there, or I could use the land over here by the... No, this is too far. It's way too far over. So yeah, we're going to go over behind where the current furnace workshop area is. We're not going to be actually making all the automations and stuff today. This is more of a spacing and trying to figure out what size we need it to be. So it's going to be a lot of mock-ups. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I need to go take care of some things, and I will join back up with you after I get those done. So let's be right back. That's the wrong freaking button. Alright, so after a little bit of work outside, I am back, and I'm apparently a little bit peckish. Luckily for all of our sakes, I don't have any acorns. If you got that joke, I'm terribly sorry. Anyway, so I went ahead and I cleared away the little bit of a hill that was up behind my little workshop over here. It is now gone, and I went ahead and I covered it over with dirt, which has long since transformed into grass, thankfully. And same thing over here. You can see the back of the workshop here where I had originally used a different material since you couldn't see it anyway. I think I need to fix that. That, or, well, the fact this building will probably be torn down once I actually get my factory going. So I just need to probably just make way for something else here. Anyway, so down here I have the basic area where I want to actually lay out the factory. The problem I'm running into is I think this might actually be too small. So I'm thinking what I might want to do is I might want to make it an irregular shaped building, perhaps, because I mean this is fairly big this way. But what I run into is that for the mixer is going to require a 3x3 area for it to actually wash the dusts. And then I need another layer below it for the filters, and then a layer below that for the water to actually form so that the filters can do its thing and separate the slurry into the water component and the refined dust. And that takes up a lot of space. So we're already looking at having at least, okay, see, water collection space, grate, and then water. So it needs to be at least that tall to begin with. And then it has to be a 3x3 area. So that's a lot of space it's going to take up. I could try to alleviate some of that by sinking it into the ground, which I have no issue doing that. I do run into the fact, though, that I need 4 of these things, and at the absolute bare minimum, using the exterior walls as part of the actual structure to maintain some of this stuff, it's going to be really hard to fit this stuff in. So, for example, let's say we're using the outer walls here. And let's get our sand back. Stuff's precious. I would need to have it right in the corner there. I would need a space right here for water containment. I would then need another small... Okay, so I pack it as tight as possible. We have 1 space. So we go just like this. Alright. So that is the absolute bare minimum. That could, in theory, work. The problem I'm going to run into is that I need to find a way to actually get the power to the mixers. I would do it through the bottom, but I'm going to run into issues doing it that way. I'd rather not. And really, this is just really, it's really tight. I would need to expand this out. I would like to have enough space between each individual one of these things so that I could at least, kind of make it decorative in terms of the way it functions. Which, unfortunately, is making me think that I need to, seriously look at my plans and expand upon them. I might need to, say, take this entire layout here and actually make it, say, L-shaped and expand all the way over this way. Because, ultimately, for what I'm doing, I would like to be able to have this set up and have a second floor so that I can actually look at the entire process and how it's going. Maybe make a little manager's office or something. Alright, rather than dig this out, we're just gonna lay this down a little bit. Alright, so it's right over there. So that would come out to right about Right about here. And I think that could work probably a little bit better than what I have now. I mean, I really don't need to have it that much of an L shaped because that is actually really L. You know what? I mean, because like the back of the tree farm is like right here. So I can't have it flush here. But I could have, say, a main like entranceway over here. And then the actual factory work. If I were to cook this over about, say, 5 more blocks, that should be fine. See, this should still be good. Yeah, that would still be good. And that would definitely give me a lot more space to work in. You know what? No, yeah, I think I'll do that. So it's going to be a relatively L-shaped building. I'll have an entryway either over right here or on the main wall here, and you know what I can do? I can actually do like item storage and processing. The storage of the process stuff I can do right here. So let's actually go ahead. We'll go ahead and leave this as a dividing wall. This will be the main factory area over here to the right. Alright, so we have entrance, factory. This will be part of the entrance. And here will be item storage. This is where all the dusts in its various stages and stuff will be waiting to be sent through the various pipes and stuff to be processed. Besides that, the only thing that's really got me kind of worried in terms of how the heck am I going to do this is going to be really the mixer, like I had mentioned earlier about the space it takes. I'm honestly not so sure how I'm actually going to get the dusts and stuff off it when it's done. It tends to leave the actual item on top of the filter, and if I have it set up to automatically replenish the water, what's going to happen is that item is just going to end up stuck up top in the water. You can use the wind turbines from Resident Induction to actually blow stuff around. However, I've not had any luck with it blowing stuff that's in water, much less, say, if it's in flowing water. And for what I have right now, there's not a whole lot of stuff that can pick up items at a distance. Alright, so yeah, it's a little bit better. Oh, and I'm starving now. Do I have any food on me? No, I don't. So I better make this quick. So rather than go ahead and get stuff set up in here right now, what I need to do is I actually seriously need to go mining. Thanks to that really awesome new excavation spell I made, this is going to be a fairly fruitful trip, and it should be a lot easier than what I had previously been dealing with. I might actually take this and go to the Nether again, because this will blast out a lot of stuff really quickly, and I may be able to get away before incurring the wrath of Hades. Alright, so before I go ahead and get going on this, I need to go check one last thing, and I'll be right back. I think I'm just going to go to town with the spell right here. Right now I have been digging just a really simple 3x3 hole, and it works, I guess. What I think I'm going to do is, if I look at the map here, seems to be a good amount of like empty space coming up ahead, so I'm just going to kick this thing up to the larger size, and let's go to town. Oh, I love this. I so love this. Okay, let's make sure we get some light in here. And we definitely want to make sure that we get this precious, precious redstone. I left my single target dig back at my house, unfortunately. I probably should have brought that too. And there is a lizard that is currently bashing up against the window next to my computer. It's freaking me out. I keep hearing it, and I don't remember that there's a lizard there. It's like I'm being invaded by something invisible. Anyway, this distraction was brought to you by a little brown lizard. There's uranium up there. I'm kind of hoping that while I'm down here, I might actually find some of the firestone ore. It's very rare to find it in the overworld, but you can. I thought that uranium should poison me. You know what? I'm not going to question it. We're just going to go ahead and dump our materials in here. Get the cobblestone out. There we go. As you can see, I've fully loaded on burgers, so I'm ready to go for this. Alright, let's dig some more. Okay, spell ready, and let's see, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we'll go ahead and go that far in. And let's get some torches in here. Let's go ahead and do it on the floor, since what I plan to do is branch off the sides of this. Alright. Oh, peckish again. Running around so much. Enjoy a nice little cave cheeseburger. Alright, so if I want to do the side shaft of this, it's going to be 5 wide, which means I want to space these. So if I do it here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I want to have 2 space between, yeah. So we'll go bam. Okay, we got that. Next one, we want the wall. So 1, 2, 3, yeah. And then the same thing. Yeah, that's pretty good. That should give me a lot of materials. And I figure I'll just go down here quite a little bit. I really don't want to hit any sort of like ravines or anything. I like mining through solid rock. This is not really such a great biome for doing so, but it's a, hey, if it works, we're going to abuse it. Alright, so what I want to do over here is I did the 5x5 on this side, and it worked okay, but really I don't have the spell points to really keep doing that big, huge size. And the main difference is this excavate is 40 when it's at the little middle ground augmented one there. If it's at the reduced, it is only 10. It's quite a big difference, right? So what I figure, I will go ahead and I will going to have to replace that torch. I'll dig in right there. Do the same thing, leave 2 walls, and then dig. Can it not dig that? No, it can't. That's odd. And since I like nice, neat walls, we'll close that back in. Put a torch up. So this is like what, every 2, 3, 4, yeah. And then this hole has right there as well. Alright, so we'll go ahead and see how this fares doing a slightly smaller hole. Should get at least... Well, the main thing is I want to make sure the burnout has time to go away, or at least does not stay too terribly high. It looks like it's not actually taking away some of these ores. Yeah, it looks like in this particular mode, it's not actually breaking the ores. Which is annoying, but I guess it at least saves me from wasting my pick on stone. However, I did find diamonds. You can never go wrong finding diamonds. Unless they're blood diamonds, in which case you definitely don't want to find those. Let's see what we get here. Oh, just 4. Drats. Alright, let's go ahead and make another shaft. I know I should be doing these for a much, much longer distance, but I'm not too terribly worried about efficiency. I just want to play around. Alright, so between the two of them, it looks like actually doing the 3x3 shaft is probably the best choice. The amount of spell points it takes to get this far in, it's just well beyond what I have at the moment. I think maybe if I had some of the mage armor from Ars Magica, I believe that gives you a discount in spell costs, so I guess that would help, actually. And that probably would have been a really good idea to do before I went mining. Oh well, too late for that. Tell you what, let's go ahead and do one final cut and go back to the house and see what stuff we got from all this. Alright, so what did that little diversionary trip get us? It got us bacon cheeseburgers. No, those are already there. Seriously, we got 12 gold ore, we have 53 iron, 22 copper, 15 tin. We actually had about a stack and a half of coal. I used up some to make torches. We only got 4 diamonds. We did get just shy of 3 stacks of redstone, and the redstone is what I really needed. Flint, don't care about. We got some lapis, which actually I don't think I can really use lapis for anything other than dye. Oh yeah, and circuits and railcraft. Is there anything else that uses lapis, really? Not so much. I think this is a SHADOWCRAFT thing. Yeah. Yeah, there's not much that uses lapis in this particular pack. I got a few Certus Quartz things for AE, a few ruby sapphires, and some peridot. I would like to actually get all the stuff to make a to go to the promised land, but I've not been at the end yet. I also have some uranium here, which I'm amazed has not actually poisoned me. I thought it's supposed to. Oh yeah, and I got a ton of freaking aluminum here, 56. And some Vitium. So while not an amazing haul, it is actually a good one since I really needed the redstone. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to go ahead and wrap this up. This is going to be a short episode today. I am going to go ahead and get started working on some of the actual intricacies of how I want to do this factory setup. What I'm thinking I'll be doing for now is I want to have each processing stage grouped together. So even though I want to have an iron line and a gold line and a tin line and a copper line, I'd like to actually have all the ore washing in one spot, all the ore pulverizing in another, and then the grinding in another, and then finally the actual smelting in the last spot. The benefit of doing it that particular way, I think it'll actually just look better. If we have everything together, so if we go, say, the crushing, grinding, mixing, and then smelting, it might be a little bit easier to set up, but I think it might look kind of bad because it'll just be 4 rows of the same thing repeated. I'd rather group the same general structures together and leave, if I can, a little bit of room to decorate. Anyway, this is supposed to be an exiting comment to the video, and I'm just continuing to talk on. So I want to go ahead and thank you for watching this episode of SHADOWCRAFT. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a message below. And as always, have a good day. And I'm stuck in a hole.